Hello everybody, Caden here today with another episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we're back on the world to start the Terrorbird project, which is still somewhat evading me on exactly how it's gonna work, but we're gonna figure that out this episode, hopefully, please. Anyway, a few things to show off before we get into that. One is I made a slight change here, which was done very carefully and very quickly. To avoid, mostly when I noticed the Smilodons weren't over here, but I did start trying to set up a cave type thing, and I'm kind of unsure on what I want to do with this. I think I'm gonna leave it for a little bit just to kind of look at it a bit more and figure out how I want this to work, because in all honesty, I feel like to get it to actually properly work, it's gonna take a bit more space than I want it to the point where I feel like it kind of just minimizes the exhibit down too much, and I might need to expand it. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, another thing that happened is I worked a bit on the Megalania enclosure, and by a bit, I mean very little, but enough for it to really matter, I think. Well, not really matter, I guess. I just really changed up a fence. That's about all I did. Although we haven't looked at the Megalania recently, and they've gotten quite big, so I thought it'd be cool to head over there and see them. Where are they? What do you mean, where are they? They're over here. I think they're about 7 or 8 days old now, so they've gotten pretty big. I can only see that one. I don't know where the other two are. They must be back there. But anyways, you can see over here, I changed up the fence using the new Zawa blocks, and I think this looks a lot better. In all honesty, I think it really does. It looks a lot more secure than the old fence did, which was just that wooden one. So I think we're definitely going to be using this style of fencing in more exhibits, particularly for carnivores. But let's see, where are other Megalania? Now they're territorial, which means they should only attack if I get too close. So there's one, 2, oh, there's our third. Okay. Yeah, but they're looking pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with them. Look awesome. They're big, spooky reptiles. I threw some toys in here and in the Smilodon enclosure to keep them happy. But yeah, I still don't really have a plan for how the whole Megalania thing is gonna go. I mean, I don't know, it's I think that's somewhat of a problem I've kind of reached now with this whole Ice Age area, is that I think I hit the stage of most of my build where I hit this with most projects I built in Minecraft, in all honesty, where I kind of do it one big thing too much to the point where I kind of don't know how to finish it. Like, I don't know how to finish the build exactly. I mean, we've seen this with lots of projects I've done, especially recently, or I guess this entire series is full of projects like that. The Diplodocus obviously is a good example recently of something I started, mostly completed, but then just didn't really finish it off, because I mean, we don't have the pathway set up over there, anything we wanted to finish it off with. The river's not even really isn't even complete, stuff like that. I mean, this is gonna be an incomplete thing. Most of these builds are just like almost finished. They're very close, but they're not quite there. And again, that's usually because I don't usually have the final idea done. I don't really know how I want to cap them off. But anyway, speaking of big builds that I don't really know how to cap off, we're going to have another one of those, maybe, hopefully not, and that is our Terrorbird exhibit. Now, a funny thing is, people have kept telling me to do a ravine type exhibit for Pteranodon, to cover like a ravine with glass or something. Obviously not this ravine, this is too small. And the funny thing is, I do have a ravine exhibit planned, but it's not going to be for a pterosaur. My ravine exhibit, well, actually is for an animal that isn't even in the mod yet, but that'll be the Gorgonopsids. I want to put them in a canyon because I think that'll look cool. Anyway, as for over here, this is where our Terrorbird exhibit's going to go. And I've been trying to think about exactly how I want to do this building. And what I'm thinking is, since we're already filling in the whole river, right? So the river won't be here. We could have a pathway coming out about here, start a building maybe about like that block, kind of drag it along here, and then we'll have it come to maybe here or so, maybe about here. And I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do the actual animals, and what I'm thinking is we're going to have 3 sections. We're gonna have one section maybe over here, and then we'll have this hill here, kind of, well, maybe we'll put something over here or not, I don't know. One section over here, and I haven't decided where the 3rd section's going, but it'll be going somewhere around here. Anyway, I don't think, again, we're not gonna finish this in one episode. It'll probably be 2, maybe 3 episodes to finish building it, but that'll be cool. and we've just fallen in a pit. But anyway, I'm probably gonna go do some work with some cobble or some wool, just kind of outline what I'm thinking, and we'll go from there. So I will see you guys as soon as I have some sort of like proper outline set up. All right, guys, we're back, and as usual, I'm doing my thing where, even though you can probably see it once again on the mini-map, because I always forget that's the thing, I did some work. I got an outline done, woo! And in 3, 2, 1, ba-boom, there we go. This is the outline. Now you might be, for those of you looking at this, oh, I didn't put a dirt there. For those of you looking at this, you might be like, what is this, right? Is this the enclosure, right? Like, is this what we did over here? No, this is not the enclosure. This is the building that will lead to the enclosures, of which there shall be 3, as far as I can tell. 1, which will be over here. Like I said, in this lower little valley area, which I think is perfect. I mean, this is a pretty easy space to block off. A second, which I think that was steam. Whoops, I'm gonna have to turn that off. Second, which is this over here, which is another fairly large open area. And the third. Now, I had trouble figuring out where to put a third enclosure here because I realized there wasn't as much space as I thought there was. Then I realized we have the top of this hill, and this is where the third and final terror bird enclosure is going to go. Probably there'll be like a fence or a rock wall going somewhere along here. Oops, I need to get my food out. To kind of just allow me to, you know, well, keep them from eating each other, because for those of you who don't know, the terror birds will eat each other because they do that. Or maybe they just eat the Gastornis. I don't really remember. Anyway, I wanted to separate them because I thought that'd be cool. And I wanted to build a building, and I mentioned this, I think an episode ago or something. Or maybe it was even last episode, that I was thinking about basically making, well, I want to make the raptor house really badly, because I think that's an awesome idea, and it's not something I've seen people really do in other Dino series, so I think that'll make this series a bit unique with that. But I also didn't know what I want to do with that building, because that building is going to be absolutely massive and just like full of stuff. So I was trying to come up with ideas, and I couldn't really come up with anything. And then I realized I have this building. Or I can do something here that can kind of fill the void. Now, it does have this problem where there's a bit of off symmetry, as in, you know, the center of this is not lined up at the center. Where is the center? There. Now, part of me kind of wants to see if I can fix that problem. I think I could. I mean, these walls aren't necessarily, you know, set in stone or anything. They're just kind of, where do I think things would work? So the plan for this building is, it's probably gonna be 2 stories, but not like all the way through. So what I mean by that is this area here. Now you can see I've set cobblestone in a couple areas to set things apart. This is all gonna be plants. This is gonna be plants. This will be a planter in the center, maybe with some fossils in it. And then building here, like indoor building there, indoor thing here. I'm thinking maybe restrooms on that side, food court or something right over in this side. So there's cool stuff on the inside. It's not just empty or anything like that. Part of me is actually now thinking maybe we could put a mini dodo enclosure in here, but I kind of want the dodos to have their own thing. Anyway, what I'm thinking is we're going to have one main floor that kind of comes through most of the building, and probably comes through about here, I'd guess. Which is maybe why I need to move that a bit, or I need to move that a bit. I don't know. Again, very much work in progress, but the idea is most of the building is going to be on one story, just with a really high up roof. Because that last terror bird exhibit is going to be raised up, and that will be like a 2nd story, and maybe we'll bring it over a bit, and it'll have like outside decking above the viewing area there, so you can walk up there, enjoy looking at things, then go through a pair of doors and go look over that exhibit or that one. I'm not really sure. You know, it's just kind of up in the air, kind of deciding what might look nice. Anyway, I'm gonna try and get some block choices put down. Probably try and make some little adjustments here and there. I don't know what this is gonna be. I think there's some cobblestone stuff over here, and that was kind of meant to be ideas for what could be like a staff room or something. Basically, I'm just trying to come up with lots of interesting little things we can put in here, because the bug house, again, like it was like a trial building for a trial building. Just, you know, it was just exhibits. That's all the bug house was. There wasn't really anything else in it. And with this one, I kind of want to try doing more. I want to try putting more stuff inside of a central building. and kind of seeing how it works. I think I might need to unify the shape though of this building a bit more. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. So I'm gonna tinker a bit more with this, probably the rest of the, well, not the rest of the day, but for a bit more today, and then tomorrow I'll come back with whatever, well, not tomorrow like as in a future episode, but I mean like for myself, I'll probably come back tomorrow and record whatever I've come up with. I kind of do have an idea for a block palette I might go with, but I kind of want to use concrete, and that's gonna, I mean, I have used concrete there, and I was planning on using concrete here, so I'm sure I can scrounge some up pretty quickly. But yeah. Oh, another thing I guess I should mention real quick is my plan is to actually, although we've had raised pathways all the way along there, I think somewhere around here, or maybe just here actually, we're gonna return it to being a normal pathway. So that way not the whole thing is raised, because part of that's kind of annoying to build. You know, it'll probably be somewhere around here, right around this side of the Smilodon exhibit. We're gonna slope it back in, and then we'll have this like dip down here, and I'll maybe build like a lake or something like that. Build some sort of natural feature. Maybe we can put some skeletons of some animals around and stuff like that. That could be kind of cool. Anyway, I'm gonna go work on this some more, and I will catch back up with you guys when I finish. All right, guys, we're back, and I've made a bit more progress on the build. Wow! And here it is. Boom. It's well, that was not what I meant to do. It's interesting. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff that's changed since the last time, namely that I completely ripped out the back part of it. Because I'm not really quite sure what I want to do with that yet, and I kind of realized I might want a bit more symmetry than I thought I did. So instead, I've just kind of marked where the back of the building was in center with the door. So we'll kind of see what ends up happening. I haven't quite gotten a good idea for that yet, but as you can see, I've gotten a lot of the central stuff at least outlined properly now. So we have about the height of the main floor kind of done. So it's gonna be a pretty big building. So it'll look, I think it should look really cool in all honesty. Cause you know, we've got a lot of exhibits over here. And if we head over to where the quaggas are, right? You just come up here, you come up this little like ramp to where, you know, all the Ice Age stuff is. And boom, you're just gonna see this massive building over here for our terror birds. And I think that'll really stand out and look really cool. I mean, granted, I guess there's gonna be another building over by the Megalania too, and with the mammoths, but still, I think buildings are a thing I need to do more of for my exhibits. I need to do more building type things, integrate more of them into the park, because I think it'll definitely make it more interesting. I do think the Smilodon exhibit is definitely a very characteristic build. Quite happy with it. But anyway, this one. So if you're wondering why I have the giant dirt pillar going through it, it's just so that way I can get grass and all of these things, because I'd like there to be some color. But anyway, I'm kind of, the main goal of this was kind of just to lay things down and kind of see where everything stands. I haven't really picked what block we're doing here. I'm still thinking maybe concrete. I would like to do terracotta, but I don't have like a mesa biome that I know of. Maybe I need to go looking for a mesa biome. Maybe next episode that can be a thing. I'll AFK fish farm, get a mending book, put it on my elytra, and then we'll go after, and like some unbreaking, and we'll go after some clay or something like that. And we can use that to fill in these wall sections. I don't know. So, next episode, what is going to be the plan? I'm trying to think. Because I don't want to spend too many episodes just, you know, building the building. I want to also get the exhibits set up. I think next episode, my goal is probably going to be try and at least maybe start working on the exhibits. So, bring the building up to a point where I can at least, you know, get the figure out exactly how I'm going to have the buildings interact with the exhibits. And once I've done that, I will probably actually start placing them down. So that way we'll have like, you know, oh my goodness, I'm yawning. Granted, I did wake up like 10 minutes ago, but because I did all of this way too late last night instead of this morning like I should have, because I am very stupid sometimes. Anyway, yeah, because we're gonna have one exhibit here, one there. So I don't know, it'll be interesting seeing how I figure out how I'm gonna put it all together, because I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be a bit of a weird construction, but it should also be a pretty fun construction at the same time. Like, it should be pretty fun to mess around with. Another thing I did is I didn't do this originally, but I extruded the supports from the wall. So that means our main wall block is going to be behind these, which I think will give it a far more interesting look than if I didn't do that. And I went with the same block we have over there for the fence, because to be honest, I think it's one of the best support looking blocks we have, and it definitely looks sturdy, and I've fallen again. Should really put some railings up, shouldn't I? Anyway, so we have the couple of like side parts, right? I'm not sure what we're doing with these yet. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make them bigger, smaller, keep them the same size, stuff like that. And what we're gonna do in them, I just don't have a clue. It'll see what happens as we get further and further along in the project. I was originally gonna make these like a bathroom and maybe like a fast food place maybe. Maybe I can still do that actually. I mean, a fast food place doesn't need tons and tons of space. I mean, they're pretty small, pretty cramped, I would know. Anyway, aside from all that, I've realized the advantage is the building covers the ravine, so I don't actually have to fill the ravine up, which is amazing because filling ravines is just the most annoying thing ever. But after we fill the ravine, or after we do that, I mean, I think the biggest question I have for myself is just where our fence is gonna go, in all honesty. Like, am I doing rock walls for these? Am I doing fences? Who knows? Also, it was funny, in the last episode, someone commented, put the Spinosaurus in, like, the lake or something, and that made me laugh to a degree. Not because, like, you know, putting a Spinosaurus in a lake is a bad idea, but just because, like, there are so many lakes on this world, saying put a Spinosaurus in the back lake doesn't really, like, narrow down where it should go. Although people, I think, were saying I should put it where I was thinking of putting, like, my lab and stuff, but no, that is going to be the lab and the storage room, for sure. Part of me almost wants to take a break from this, go work on that, and then go do it, but I think I can finish the terror birds off. We'll finish the terror birds off, then we'll go do the lab and storage room, and then I think we're gonna come back, finish all the exhibits off, decorate them all, and that'll be good. Cause I said I was gonna finish this area, and I think we're pretty close. I mean, I guess we'll still need the dodo after this, right? But I think the dodo's gonna get another. The dodo's probably gonna get its own little like special thing, kind of like the terror birds are getting. Just cause I don't know. I feel like we need something special for the dodos. Otherwise, I'm going to forget about them. It's kind of like the compies. If the compies didn't have their special tunnel build, I would honestly forget I have them. I forget a lot of dinosaurs I have, in all honesty. The only dinosaur I like consistently remember is Tumbleweed, but that's just because she's our first dinosaur, so she's kind of special. Anyway, I guess one other thing I've kind of realized is we have the archaeology dig over here, right? I think it's over here. Yeah. And I'm trying to think how we're gonna get that to be connected in. Because the problem is, I mean, I guess the hope is they'll add in more Ice Age type animals, right? And then we can maybe extend them out this way, which will then bring pathways over here. We'll see. Maybe we'll find it. Maybe we'll build like a hotel or something over here. Who knows? It's kind of up in the air to see what happens. But I think that's fun. It's fun to like guess what we might end up doing around here. You know, you never know what kind of zany projects I'll get up to. As for fencing and stuff, I feel like fencing, I'm probably just gonna use the same fence I used for the Smilodon and now the Megalania, because that's a good fence and that'll probably work quite well over here. Although I guess the wooden fence would make a lot of sense. I mean, birds like that aren't really gonna be able to get through that. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna put many of each in. Maybe like 2, maybe 3. Not as many as I mean, I put way too many Gastornises in. Anyway, I think that covers basically all the plans. So yeah, let me know, guys. Like, do you guys have any suggestions for the buildings? How we should do the stuff? Exhibit ideas for the terror birds? Anything like that? Let me know down in the comments below. I always like getting feedback and ideas. You guys actually help me quite a lot when it comes to building stuff. Just because, you know, you guys come up with ideas I wouldn't have. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I hope you're looking forward to next episode when we hopefully make a bit more progress. So until then, guys, See ya.